All right, so I don't hate voluntary communism, but I just wanted to talk about why I disagree with voluntary communism. Some people think, oh, it's not, uh, you know, voluntary communism is moral or more moral because it's voluntary. And I guess you hear that a lot with uh, libertarians and anarcho-capitalists who are they're really big on the voluntary principle. Um, and yeah, so it's not as bad with communism. Generally, communism refers to when the state comes in and seizes your property, and seals it from you, and then all of your property is now public property. It's for everyone to share. But with voluntary communism, you have a bunch of people who voluntarily come together, and they live in a community where they decide to share everything that no one owns anything, everyone shares everything. And this has been an economic system that's been tried many times and is still being used in different parts of the world. Small voluntary communities. There are communes here in America. There's in Israel. I went to Israel for 10 days, and we talked about kibbutzes, and this is where this concept first came to mind. A friend, I went to Israel with my school, Word of Life, woot, and we met up with a fellow, with an alumni of the school, an alumnus of the school, and he was living in a kibbutz in Israel, which I guess is cool uh, uh, if you're a college student. A kibbutz it's a voluntary commune um, in Israel, and they're all over. There's several of them. But someone pointed out to me that these communes often fail after a number of years. It's just the general economic course when things and everything is shared, when everyone shares everything, there's no ownership, then no one takes care of anything. Or while you might have some people who are more productive than others, and um, and after a while, they get they get frustrated with producing all of the stuff while everyone else lives off of the stuff that they are producing. So so communes and kibbutzes and things like that, they can start out really great, but eventually they just collapse under its own system. Um, and I think this is also why God gives us private property, why God gives us ownership of things. There's a hierarchy of ownership. You know, God owns everything, and he delegates some ownership to us. He ultimately owns it, but he gives it to us. And then sometimes we even, we give it to someone else. When you share it with someone else, you still own that thing. But you're saying, hey, here, you can have this. Take care of it. And ownership also implies responsibility. So when you own something, you're supposed to take care of it. Um, so ownership is more moral than non-ownership or even community ownership, because when everyone owns everything, then there's always going to be people who don't take care of it. It's just the way things work. So there are my 2 points there. God gives us ownership of things, so we shouldn't take that away or give that up voluntarily. And two, kibbutzes, communes, they don't work, even if they're voluntary. Sorry.